Heidi.
And I'm Byron.
And we are sailing Schmitten. This time we start off sailing from Gun Cay to Chub Cay for fuel. Then we continue on to New Providence Island and finally Eleuthera. Right away we had a fish on the trolling line.
A little bit longer here.
Got something and it's big and it's a fighter. Bring him in. Oh my gosh, we might have a lunch and a dinner. Oh!
Oh, yeah, he's still working.
Oh my gosh! Oh gosh, what the hell is that? Oh! I had never seen a barracuda before, so I was very shocked by the teeth. Those are frightening. We threw him back because there's a risk of ciguatera poisoning with these types of fish, and maybe he can rethink his life. We knew we would have to motor the whole way from Gun Cay to Chub Cay due to the easterly wind on our nose. At least we had calm seas. However, we would be anchoring after dark, so we had to be very aware upon our arrival. It was not fun, as there were actually 2 boats that were anchored in the channel, and we had to maneuver around them. Another boater shined their high-powered flashlight at us and blinded us, but we successfully anchored nonetheless. The next morning, we motored over to the Chub Cay Marina. It was a very nice spot, lots of beautiful properties, and the marina was high-end and very well attended. It felt great to have our tank and jerry cans full again, and with confidence that we got good quality diesel. It was time to head to New Providence Island, home of Nassau, although we are going to Clifton Bay, home of Jaws Beach and Flipper Beach. We were able to sail the entire way to New Providence. We motor sailed the last 2 hours so that we could get there before dark and get anchored. Because of our experience at Chub Cay and the shallows in the Bahamas, we decided this is not the place to anchor in the dark. We saw spectacular sunsets here at New Providence Island. One evening we even saw the green flash. However, that was a night I wasn't taking video. I guess you can believe it when you see it. The first day ashore was a blast. We beached the dinghy and hiked a trail that went along the coast. This led us to Flipper Beach, which was a filming location for the beloved series Flipper from the 1960s. We're searching for Flipper Beach, which is the location where the TV show Flipper was filmed, partially. And I'm not sure where it is yet. But it's a pretty fun little trek. Sure enough, I found Flipper Beach. We were tired of cooking and we searched for a restaurant in walking distance. We found the Chicken Shack on the map right next to the mom and pop shop. Wow, it was definitely a locals place. Very nice folks. The chicken sandwiches were fantastic. It was a 4-mile round-trip walk, but well worth it. The next day we decided to test our new snuba system, AirBuddy.
Is it supposed to make that noise?
I don't know. You're getting air? Does it work?
It works, but I'm not used to it.
Yeah. You gonna test the flip it over? So that worked.
It's Heidi's turn. I'm gonna have to get used to breathing underwater. That's not my gig.
So, first I turn it on by removing the rubber band.
Remove the rubber band, put it around your hand, and then you can blow out your regulator and get all the salt water out of it before you start breathing.
Yeah, this rubber band thingy is tricky. Try to hold on while you're doing it.
Don't try and hold on while you're doing it, just swim.
Well, I'm sort of tangled up. Hang on.
Obviously, as a previous diver, she has no problem breathing underwater.
I liked it a lot. It's a good way to get below the surface without the investment of scuba equipment. But we were quite tangled up between the swim ladder line, the painter, and the Air Buddy hose, so we need to figure that out. Later that day, something fouled our anchor and we drug across the bay. We got it reset and got a good holding. Thank goodness we were on board at the time and it was during daylight. We're getting ready to take our trash out, and if you can see this black coiled thing, it's like window weather stripping. That's what made us drag anchor the other night. It was all tangled up in the anchor. We took our trash ashore and spent a little time on Jaws Beach. It was a filming location for the movie Jaws: The Revenge, 1987. It was quiet and secluded, and no sharks. On the evening of April 30th, we lifted our outboard and dinghy and prepped to leave on May 1st to go to Eleuthera. We would have to motor into the wind again for 13 hours. We got underway at 6:30 a.m. After a time, we were finally approaching the elusive Eleuthera. Arriving before dark was critical due to the shallow water we would encounter. We have our electronic charts, but a visual inspection of the seafloor was necessary to avoid rocks. But before we could even get into the Remora Bay, near Harbor Island, we had to navigate a dangerous stretch of rock, coral, and shifting sand shoals along Eleuthera's north shore. We did not know at the time that this area was called the Devil's Backbone. There is a reef to the north, offshore, and a beach and surf to the south. We had to pass between the two, about 60 yards apart, dodging coral heads all along the way. Many large ships and sailboats of all kinds have ended up wrecked or on the reef. It's a well-known dive site for this reason alone. Threading our boat through these hazards was butt-clenching, to say the least. We found out later that many people hire a captain to take them through this area. Since we didn't know ahead of time, that really wasn't an option for us, and Byron studied the charts and felt comfortable doing it himself. We had no problems. The Devil's Backbone extends for a few miles. We took a slower pace of about 4 knots in case we grounded. So we had the beach on our starboard side and the breakers over the reef at our port for about 45 minutes. Even though it seemed treacherous, it was beautiful. Once inside the cut to Remora Bay, we again threaded through the deepest parts of the shallows, many times with only a foot off the seafloor. We didn't run aground this time. The anchorage at Dunmore Town near Valentine's Marina was lovely, but it was fairly busy with fishing boats and water taxis. It was fun to watch the local population here. The no-wake signs were largely ignored. We picked up a chill vibe while walking the streets of Dunmoretown. The locals were very friendly and joyful, riding around in their golf carts to socialize and conduct business. We've seen a lot of trash on the islands, but here it wasn't as prolific. The properties were painted in vibrant colors and well taken care of. There were a number of great food spots to visit, all with a view. The Dunmore Deli for their mahi sandwich, the Rooster Tail Bar and Grill at Valentine's Marina. They had great tacos, wings, and a good happy hour. One night we splurged on the Rock House for dinner, which was inside an upscale resort. Our first glimpse at Pink Sand Beach down an access path was dramatic. Particles from an organism with a reddish-pink shell mixed with the white sand to create the magic. We celebrated with spicy margaritas from TJ's Beach Stand. One day, a group fresh off their flight arrived and couldn't contain their enthusiasm. The pink sand was certainly exciting to them, and getting their TikTok was very important. We spent our last day here filling up our diesel jerry cans, watching the sharks and turtles and rays at Valentine's Marina. We took our empty propane bottle for a walk all over town, and we visited our favorite local grocery store, Piggly Wiggly. Later in the afternoon, a tug pushed a barge right through the anchorage within 20 feet of us.
Hi.
They knew what they were doing. There are some very skilled captains here who have deep knowledge of the seafloor and their vessel's abilities.
That was close.
We left Harbor Island at high tide to navigate back through the shallows and Devil's Backbone. We are headed to Norman's Cay, which is in the Exumas area of the Bahamas. It'll be another overnight sail.